Hey there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1,200. Oh, that's not right. 1,672 of What's You Up To Now. I actually put 1,282, but that's a different video series. That's our Supersize Your Business, and that number is not even right because it's at least 150 or more than that. Anyway, doesn't matter. 1,672, and I'm gonna have to change that in the title so I can keep track and post all over the place like I do every day. So, why the tiara? Today we're talking about problems and solutions and holding your head up. Now, that's our idiom for Supersize Your Business. We're talking about a confidence idiom every day to coincide with the BU 365-day challenge. Do one thing every day that improves us. And today's topic for the challenge was problems and solutions, and that whatever we give our energy to, whatever we give our attention to, whatever we are spending our time and energy on, that is what's showing up in our life and where we're stuck. So if I've got a problem or a challenge and something shows up and I'm just thinking about the problem, thinking about the problem, thinking about the problem, guess what? That is where I'm stuck, in this endless loop of problem, attention, and focus. What happens when we're focusing on the problem? We can't even see the solution because everything is energy, right? Everything is a vibration, and problems vibrate at one frequency, solutions vibrate at another. And the only way to get from here to there is to flip our attention to solutions, options. That's why we talk about the SOAP framework every single month, and why we've covered it so many times since the COVID pandemic happened. Because a lot of the problems and challenges and obstacles and setbacks that come our way, actually, we have zero control over. I like to use the example of the weather because I remember I used to get frustrated when it wasn't nice and sunny out and I had plans for the day. And then I realized I have, and it took me a long time to actually have this epiphany, zero control over the weather. I have none. And so why would I ever let something outside of myself that I have no control over impact the way I feel, the way I act, and my plans in any way, shape, or form? Because it's useless. It's like being afraid to die. Death is inevitable. We're all going to die someday, but if we spend all of our time and energy worrying about dying, we don't have any opportunity to live and enjoy the amazing life experience that we're here to enjoy. So we talked about problems and solutions, and I shared a story about a very current example in my circle of influence, where my son had gotten a flat tire, and my son-in-law, and they were focusing on the problem, focusing on the problem, focusing on the problem, and they were then focusing on solutions they wanted that weren't really necessarily the best solution or the quickest or easiest, and so we ran through and came up with, no, here, let's do this solution, right? And we solved the problem. But it wasn't until we made the flip from focusing on the problem to the solution that we actually got a solution and took action on it and implemented it. Because the first solution that we picked didn't pan out. It was outside of our control, and it was because the AAA didn't ever show up and didn't ever get a tow truck and didn't do what they were supposed to do and what they said they would do. And instead of sitting and worrying and trying to fix AAA, we just got a different tow company. But they had a different solution in mind entirely, which was, in my and my daughter's mind, ridiculous and crazy. So we all have different ways of looking at problems. And then our topic in our idiom for Supersize Your Business for female entrepreneurs was hold your head up, hold your head high. And although the origin of this is not really known, I think it probably goes back to hangings and beheadings and things where you had to hold your head up in a difficult, embarrassing, dramatic, bad, negative situation. Now, if you're getting hung or beheaded, that's just it. But the rest of us, when we're not actually in that grave of a situation, we need to find ways to deal with and handle obstacles, challenges, problems, setbacks, disappointments, embarrassment, because we all find ourselves in embarrassing situations sometimes. We all find ourselves making human mistakes where we say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, and we need to be able to deal with that and hold our head up. We all find ourselves disappointed. Sometimes projects don't go through. Sometimes we make a proposal and people say no. Sometimes we want to create something or we have a plan and life doesn't go exactly according to that plan. So what do we do? So I shared some of the tools that I use. One of them is my grandmother's tiara. One is clothes or self-care. One is my gratitude journal, my awesomeness file, or my awesome file. It's my awesome file. I don't call it awesomeness file. We do the lifeline exercise, which we've talked about in the challenge several times, actually once a month. So dozens of times we've actually talked about that. And then doing a strengths inventory. When you have a setback, it's a great time to focus on what you're great at, what you're awesome at, what your strengths are, and continue to build on them. And sometimes you just have to be able to say you're sorry. But the tiara often helps. So I wanted to do another video on my grandma's tiara, because how often do you get to wear a tiara? So if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, my mom, the movers are probably there by now. I am not, because I'm making my videos, because I have to do what I do for myself, and creating content and sharing with the world is something that I selfishly do for myself. I hope to impact other people. I plan to impact other people, but I also do it to keep myself moving forward in the direction I want my life to go. That's why I share. All right, so if I can help you, ask. You can always box for me at pajamagrandma@gmail.com. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day.